position. And
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big East MAAC Challenge. My name's Quantum Deathcat, here with the third caster for tonight. We've had a bit of juggling going on. I present to you Juggle God. Welcome here, good sir.
Thank you, thank you. I am excited to be here. Yeah, fresh face for Rocket League, but if there's any of you out there who watch Overwatch, you'll recognize me from those casts for EGF. This will be my debut for Rocket League here in EGF, and I'm excited to see what both of these teams are going to bring out tonight.
I mean, I'm excited as well. Juggle, hopefully you've watched a bit of Rocket League recently,
Yes.
because we do have some wonderful games ongoing, and this one's going to be a big one. It's going to be between Butler and Fairfield. Both of them are pretty decent teams. Butler overall are 2-0 versus MAAC teams all time. They haven't played against MAAC teams this year, but they did make the EGF National Semifinals last season.
Yeah, that is an excellent record to be coming in here to this match with. And Fairfield 2-5 versus Big East all time. They've got wins versus Xavier and Georgetown this season. And last year lost actually in the grand finals of the MAAC championships to Marist. So a top-notch team as well.
Yeah, both of these teams, I think they're going to be heavy hitters. We might even see a 5-game series, although it's rarer in the EGF because sometimes you have a lot of high-tier teams up against there's not many teams that are very, very equal. I think this could be one of the most equal matchups we could possibly ask for, Juggle.
I can't wait for it. And as the kickoff comes here, looks like it's going to go the way of Fairfield initially, getting it down onto BU's side of the field. But Kai's there to block it off a little bit, and nothing really major happening so far.
Nothing so far, but we could continue talking about what's been happening so far in the Big East MAAC Challenge. So far,
Yes.
The Big East are winning technically 8-2 in terms of total rounds won in the Rocket League standings when it comes to that. So looking good for the Big East, but MAAC, in terms here, Fairfield is playing for the MAAC, as we saw earlier. Fairfield here, they could 3-0, and they could give MACC a good chance at a comeback into this tournament.
That they could. And at the moment, we see Soccer Scout trying to clear the ball down towards the BU side of the field, but getting blocked. It's going to be centered over Elysium, just barely clearing it out in front of that goal. Almost just rolled its way in there very casually, as it were. Elysium now with a shot. Matter comes in with a shot. It's going to go off the backboard, though, at the last moment. Soccer Scout looking if they can center it, but it's going to be booped out of the way by Astru. Oh, what a score coming in for Matter at the last second there. Gets the rebound off of one of the players from BU and just puts it nicely in that top corner of the net.
Poor Kai, he tries to pinch it off his crossbar. Not much he can do, though, as he didn't have any more boost when he needed it the most, and he lost control of it. We've got ourselves an interesting scoreline here, 1-0 in terms of Fairfield and Butler. They're going to need to come back here, and it's looking poised on their side here. I mean, they're looking very strong and hungry for sure.
Astru almost comes in, ends up with himself in the net instead of the ball right there, but it was a great try regardless. Matter in control of it for a moment. Astru coming in again, but they're going to be demoed out by Soccer Scout, so a brief moment of advantage now for them. Soccer Scout takes a shot, but it is expertly defended by Butler.
Very well done so far. Still 1-0 for Fairfield, but there could have been goals on either side there with beautiful saves made by both sides.
That is the truth. Both teams showing a very showing their prowess on defense. No not too many things getting past either of these teams so far. Astru clears it down towards the Fairfield side, but it's going to be bounced back away. Munch tries to get it over towards the shot, comes in, but it is expertly bounced out of the goal there by Butler.
Oh man, that was looking like a wide open net, but no boost means that there was no shot immediately. That's a ceiling shot. It goes off the crossbar. The rebound is out. And it somehow doesn't go in. We're halfway through this game. Juggle. Oh my goodness. That is a lot. of your name is happening right there.
That is the truth. That was a lot of juggling happening right there. I probably would have been outdone, certainly by these players here. Matter gets the ball down towards Butler's side of the field. It's going to be, they're going to bump them out of control of the ball, though. Soccer Scout regaining control, passes it over to Elysium. They're going to bounce it off the backboard, but Kai is there to intercept it. Matter has it under control on the side, tries to pinch it off the wall, but misses just barely. Soccer Scout able to get another pass off to Matter, but it's going to be disrupted once again by Munch.
Beautifully done. 150 left on this clock, and Elysium will get the ball cleared out, but it's kept in by Kai. Matter clears it back out. There's a lot of ping-ponging going on. Both these teams have their wonderful little pieces that they're showing to us. And as game ones go, normally it's a feeler game. You're trying to figure out how the other team's going to play, what you can and can't do against the other team, right? Right now, it's running out of time here for Butler to really come back, though.
That it is. Just a minute and 20 and less on the clock. They have cleared the ball down towards the Fairfield side of the field. It goes off the backboard, though, without any real opportunity to get a shot in, but it's going to be centered over towards Munch. Can he get it? No, it's going to be popped up by Elysium. Astro, though, has control over it again. 1 minute remaining, and now it's time for Butler to really come back at this. And oh my gosh, shot almost comes in. Soccer Scoot gets it centered once again. Elysium trying to bring it back down towards Butler's side. Unable to get a nice shot off, though, and they're just going to be able to recenter it back towards Fairfield's side.
Oh my goodness, Matter trying with the fake there. It goes wide, but that scared everyone for sure. Despite it going wide, that was a wonderful opportunity. And I mean, Fairfield right now are looking like they're in the driver's seat. They're continuing on to pile the pressure.
That they are. Elysium has the ball now, centers it towards Matter, but they're going to be demoed. A double demo in there, as a matter of fact, as the ball almost gets picked up by Soccer Scoot for a rebound shot off the backboard. Not going to happen, though, this time around. And the ball with 10 seconds left is back over towards Fairfield. Butler has to make something happen now, or they're going down early in this series.
Oh my goodness. Astro, no, he can't get it. 0 seconds left. The ball cannot hit the ground anymore, though. If it hits the ground, this is over for Butler, and they can't keep it up in the air. A 1-0 scoreline. Wow, that starts us off strong.
That does start us off strong, and in particular, like you said earlier, the defense just popping off for both of these teams. It wasn't for a lack of good opportunities that we have a 1-0 scoreline. It's because this defense has just been on point for both of these teams. I can see why they are in the top echelons of this tournament.
I can definitely say that both of these teams are seemingly very strong, and plenty of beautiful plays that we saw, especially on the defensive side of the ball, right? But you can't have good defense without good offense. Both teams showed that they had good offense. 7 shots on the side of Butler and 11 on the side of Fairfield. Not a lot of midfield play, and that's probably due to the fact that when they had the ball in the offensive zone, both teams were able to convert into shots.
Yeah, that's true. You know, it was interesting because you mentioned that it's brief, and I feel like it was a very brief period of time where the ball was just ping-ponging back and forth. There wasn't a whole lot of that this match. Both teams really seem to have excellent ball control, excellent mechanics, and an excellent just mental understanding of what they needed to do to make these opportunities materialize.
Yeah, they definitely converted on their opportunities. When you execute your plays like that, it's often going to look good for you. Sadly for Butler, though, they just can't find one in the back of the net. Hopefully they find one in the second game here, because if they continue to be shut out, Fairfield are just going to run away with this. And that's bad in terms of, well, that's good for MAAC, right? But that's bad for the Big East, who are trying to win this tournament, of course.
Yeah, that is true. We're going to be headed straight back into the game, though. Kickoff now, going to go neither team's way. Munch ends up with it after a brief exchange, though. Matter going to be able to clear it out towards the side. Astro comes in for another shot, doesn't quite make it. Soccer Scoot going to clear it out towards the corner, but it's going to be picked up once again by Astro. Butler putting on a lot of pressure early on in this game.
Lots of pressure, and there's a wide open net.
An open net! Oh, what an opportunity there, capitalized on by Matter. I mean, look at that pass, just picture perfect, makes an easy boop into the net, and that's 1-0 Fairfield again.
Oh my goodness, just passing the defense like that. It's a dream come true. Not thinking you got a 50-50, which is when you go head to head, that's a 50-50 right there.
Right.
But instead of it going 50-50, right? Instead, you just win it outright without ever touching the other player, and that leads to the first goal, beating the whole defensive side of Butler. And it's 1-0 really early on. Advantage Fairfield.
That's absolutely true. Nice shot comes in from Astru, but Elysium was there to boop it out of the way. Matter trying to get control over the ball once again, but Kai says no. Sends it back over to Fairfield's side of the court. Astru, nice bounce down to the ground to keep it on Fairfield's side. Thought it was going to be them clearing it in. Oh my gosh! Almost able to come in. Kai centers it one more time. Can he get it over to his teammate Astru? A little bit wide there to pick up the shot. And now Fairfield with an opportunity to push it back towards Butler's side of the field. And oh my gosh, what a breakaway by Elysium.
That is so close. Both teams have their opportunities right now, but Fairfield is buzzing and the defense is crumbling on Butler's side. It's so close. It just rolls up the post. Oh man, it can't get closer than that.
No, you can't. That got my heart racing, as I'm sure it did for Butler as well, as they were racing back towards the ball. It's back now under the control of Fairfield, but firmly on their side of the court. A nice shot comes in. Matter's able to clear it off the backboard, though, for Fairfield to keep it out of the net. Astru going to be able to pick up control of it again, maybe center it over to Kai. Looks like the 50 is going to go the way of Elysium this time, though, but only barely. Matter picks it up for another shot. Because of this aggressive play from Butler, they're not getting too many opportunities. Fairfield, that is, on the Butler side of the net, but because of the positioning, Fairfield's getting excellent shots. Kai comes in, though, and scores off the rebound. Excellent double tap right there.
Munch was cherry picking back here. He gets himself his double tap, and he goes wide with it. Matter can't clear out this ball, and because no one else was back there, Soccer Scout can't get back in time to make the defensive play. Matter was out of the play because he tried to get the ball originally and whiffed. And so it's a 1-1 game halfway through now. And we've got ourselves a series. Oh no! What? It's lost us as quickly as they gained it.
Oh my gosh, an excellent pass there off of the kickoff. Goes right to Soccer Scoot, and he scoots it into the net with no problem.
Wonderfully done there. And that's how you turn bad opportunity, right? Just a bad experience into a good one. You got yourself back into the lead as quickly as you like. Munch, though, ooh, just barely makes the save. Ooh, this is heating up. It's heating up.
Yes, it is. Both these times have a firm answer for everything that's coming their way, but Kai evens it up again. Matter unable to get there right in time. Soccer Scoot just barely comes away with a not quite the ball right there. Serves it up nicely for Kai instead.
Sadly, 20 seconds ago it was 1-0 for Fairfield. Now it's 2-2. Both teams are just shooting it back and forth. Their defenses are crumbling, but their offenses are thriving. And that's exactly what you like to see. Your offense finally going through, but when it goes on both sides, it's actually pretty tight, and it brings us even closer than we had in game number 1. 2-2 now, and there's opportunity for Butler to continue.
That there is. They have definitely shown why they belong again in the upper echelons of this tournament. They're not going to let Fairfield get away with an easy win here. Munch has control of the ball, but Soccer Scout able to get it out of their control briefly. Kai's going to be able to dribble it down towards the Fairfield side of the field briefly, but it's going to be booped away once again by Elysium. Soccer Scout coming out with it. This time on the ceiling, they're going to drop it back to Matter, who's going to clear it out to Elysium, who's got a nice breakaway. Can they come up with... Oh, no, the area control wasn't quite there. They try for a pinch off the wall, but it's a little bit far away, and Kai ends up booping it back over towards Fairfield.
Wonderfully done by Soccer Scout there. He was out of position and makes the best out of a bad situation, stopping a goal from going in, and he has an opportunity. No, he can't. Back of the net. Double commit, though, which will allow Astru here. If he gets this ball cleared out to Kai, yes, this is an opportunity. Net's wide open. It's save.
Soccer Scout with an excellent read on that ball right there. Denies Butler another opportunity to come away with the first lead that they've had in this series. With a minute remaining, we're still tied, but Elysium has something to say about that. They try to bring it down towards the Butler side of the field, but they're able to defend it back towards the midfield expertly.
Oh my goodness, we are in a deadlock if I've ever seen one. It isn't scoreless, but once the scoring did die down, it's all about the defenses once again. The offenses are strong, but the defenses are stronger. The iron will, the iron defense looking so damn good.
That it is, and with only 30 seconds remaining, both of these teams going to be scrambling to try and find an advantage. We see the ball ping-ponging back and forth quite a bit. Matter almost got a shot onto an open net right there, but they're not quite able to. Astru now backing up to try and get control of it once again for Butler, but Matter's going to be over there to try and make matters worse for them. Ball gets centered right towards the net. Can Matter get a shot on it? Not quite able to flick it in. Soccer Scout now rebounding it off the wall. Just 5 seconds left, and an excellent shot comes in from Scout, but it's going to be picked up. Never mind, the demo comes in. We are into overtime.
Munch has been a bit of a butt munch, if you will, right? He's been a cherry picker. He's been behind the defense multiple times, and he was about to score that one had he not been demoed. That could have been a last-second goal there. We still have one more goal to find in this match, but only one, because the next goal wins this game.
That it does. 20 seconds in OT. Shot on goal comes in from Kai, but it's not going to be successful. Matter's able to get control of the ball now. A little bit of an aerial dribble coming in, but it's going to be disrupted by Munch. A shot comes in. Oh my gosh. Scout's there at the last possible moment to get it back under Fairfield's control. And what looked like it was going the way of Fairfield has now turned, I think, significantly in the favor of Butler. They have momentum right now. Can they capitalize on it? A shot comes in, and oh my gosh, Elysium is there with a hero play, but it's not enough. Astru scores. And that's going to be Butler evening up this series.
Look at Munch there. He just beats all 3 players in Elysium, making that save. Can't clear out the ball from his own crease. And that leaves the ball in a vulnerable position. No one can do anything about it. On the side of Fairfield, it is a 3-2 win for Butler, and we're tied at 1 in the series.
This is absolutely incredible. I don't get to cast Rocket League much, but I am excited about this match. We really have a great one on our hands today. Both of these teams really playing to the highest ability. I mean, these first 2 maps, or these first 2 games, went to just 1 point, right? Just a 1 point difference between each of them, and that is incredible.
And I think it's even more than just 1 point technically, right? Because you're thinking, oh, how are these games going, right? Like, who's really got the advantage? I'd say neither of these teams, right? 1 save doesn't get made, and this game completely changes. Same thing on the other side. Game 1 goal goes in, the game completely changes, right? And so we have tight games because both teams are just clutching it out on defense, and then when it comes to the offense, they're clutching it out, and both teams, when they score, they answer back quickly. So we have ourselves very, very tight games because both teams are clutching in the right moments at the right times.
Yeah, no, the defense. I've got to go back to the defense. I mean, some of the saves that we saw during that last game were absolutely incredible. I mean, I thought we were going to see like 5 or 6 goals, but no, it was just a 3-2.
Acrobatic. I'm thinking like hockey goalie saves, you know?
Right.
Really, really acrobatic, flying around as far as you can reach. And that's how you get the first. Oh no! Missed opportunity at the start there. Fairfield, they're gonna be calling it unfair that does not go in.
Yeah, that was an unfair field indeed. Matter going to be able to boop the ball away from Fairfield's goal once again, but you are absolutely right. It's been acrobatics galore in this. Shot going a little bit wide from Fairfield. They're going to try and center it again, but it's Munch who's going to end up with control over it. Soccer Scout coming in. They're going to win the 50 out there. Matter takes a shot, but Astru easily bops it away. Another shot coming in from Elysium, but Kai is going to be there to defend once again.
Goodness, these 2 teams so back and forth. When Fairfield has their offensive opportunities, Butler just allows them, makes the easy saves, gets the ball cleared out, and then they go on the offense. Both teams are just having a good time right now when it comes to ball control. The net's wide open. Elysium can't get there in time. Astru gets himself the first goal of this game, the first time Butler has had a lead, I do believe, in a game.
Yeah, except for the last one that ended in OT. Yeah, this is the first time they're at least coming into the early portions of a game with a lead right here. Fairfield not used to the position. They are on the back foot right now. Kai coming in with that 50 almost went the way of Fairfield. That was just luck that did not go in. And once again, Fairfield have to be cursing themselves just a little bit. Kai gonna get the ball over in the back line of Butler, but they're going to be able to center it back out towards Fairfield side. Just a little bit of ping-ponging happening really at the moment, though.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see much ping-ponging, right? These teams don't like to stay in the midfield, and that's a mistake! Is it a crucial one? No, Kai can make the save! Woo!
Oh
Back
my
in
gosh.
time!
Kai, the hero we need if you are on the side of Butler, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent play coming out from them. Like we said before, this defense has just been stellar today. Absolutely stellar from each of these teams. It's so many goals that I were just sure were going in have been expertly deflected at the last moment. Look at Astru, though, with a nice aerial dribble right there. Going to be disrupted, though, by Fairfield. Back on the Butler side of the field now. Trying to find an opportunity. Matter's going to center it back towards Soccer Scout, who gets a nice shot in, but it's going to land a little bit high.
2 minutes 40 seconds left on this clock, but it's going to feel like a lot longer with both of these teams just constantly on the offense. We're going to have no downtime whatsoever. And once again, it's so close. Both of these teams right now are having their opportunities sent wide or stopped by goalkeepers. It's insane what we see.
It is absolutely insane, and that insanity is showing no signs of slowing down, and Astru scored once again! Butler going up 2-0. Now Fairfield is really got to be quaking in their boots. This is unlucky for them. They have got to dig deep and come back with something big here.
You say unlucky matter. He was in front of Astru there, and somehow he flips right in front of him and he it's not really a glitch. He just finds himself in front and goes into the car of Astru and gets demoed because of it. Sadly, it just happens. It's just not your day sometimes. It feels
right.
bad, man, as the young guys say.
Yes, as the young do say. Speaking about young, I gotta tell you, I'm an old guy here. I am 40 years old, and I am not sure my heart can take much more of this action. There have been so many close calls here. I tell you, this is something else. Ball in the midfield, though, at the moment. Neither team really in control of it, but it's going to be centered over towards Butler's side. Elysium tries to come in for a shot, but it's not going to be quite where he needs it to make the magic happen this time around. Kai gonna come up with it, at least for a moment. Soccer Scout gonna center it back. The 50 goes the way of Fairfield this time around, but it's gonna be Astru picking the ball up once again, centering it back down towards Fairfield. Can Astru get a shot? No, it's gonna be Kai coming in! Butler is on fire right now!
Not only have they found a way to break this defense, whenever Fairfield makes a mistake now, Butler is there. They weren't there earlier on to really capitalize on these mistakes, but right now, Butler, they're forcing mistakes on the side of Fairfield, right? It's not like Fairfield are making these mistakes on their own. These are completely forced by Butler, and it's really causing them trouble because they're not in the correct positions at the correct time, and it's really messing up their gameplay.
That it is. You have to love the mind games that get played in Rocket League. There's so much that goes into this, so much strategy, so much positioning, and right now, with a minute left to go, Fairfield has to pick up the pace because this is firmly in favor of Butler. I'm not sure if they've got a chance to come back in this.
They have to score a goal every 16 seconds at this point in time. It is doable. It's been done before, but Astru's gonna fake everyone out there and waste some more time, and that's precious time where Fairfield need to find a goal. Can they find one here? Yes, they do. 2 goals, 35 seconds. It is doable. Trust me, Juggle God, this is definitely doable.
Yes, it is. I've seen 6-second goals happen before. So I am excited to see if Fairfield can pull out some magic right now because they certainly need it. They are down 3-1 to Butler. And here we go, back into the action. 50 doesn't go firmly either way. Matter's going to come up with the ball. A nice shot comes out, but it's going to be deflected by Astru expertly before it has a chance to come even close to the goal. With 20 seconds on the clock, Soccer Scout has it. Can they get the control they need? Can they find the shot? They're going to have to get through one more defender. If there's anybody there who can follow up, it's going to be Matter, but the shot goes a little bit high. Elysium back with control over the ball. There's only 10 seconds to go, and it's heading down towards the Fairfield side. It's going to be cleared by Matter at the last second, but Kai has control of it again, and that has been spelled doom for this Fairfield side. 1 second left to go. As soon as the ball touches the ground, it's all over. Butler wants to ground it as quickly as they can. They bounce it off the backboard. And they score! Fairfield's back into it with 0 seconds left to go.
They're not,
my gosh.
Sadly,
Yeah.
no. Even though there's 0 seconds left on the clock, there's no kickoff. So,
Yep.
this has happened before, especially at the highest level in RLCS. We have seen before, in the past, a game where it was 2-1, tied 2-2 with 0 seconds left for overtime in the final game in the finals. I forget what year this is. This is really early on in the point of Rocket League, but that has happened before. And sadly, with 0 seconds left, if you're down by 2, you can't come back. But I like your enthusiasm. But that definitely, they better bring that enthusiasm because they scored 2 unanswered goals here, right?
They did.
And they brought a lot of offense in that last minute. They could definitely bring it into this 4th game here and tie up the series once again, and we go to game 5.
Yeah, that is an excellent point. I mean, the momentum now, I love how the momentum swings in this game. The momentum definitely in Fairfield's favor at the moment, despite, I think, coming up with, not coming up with the win. Butler still coming out with those 3 early goals. Just a little too much for them to overcome. But as we move into the next game, I think Fairfield really have another shot to come back in this. It's not insurmountable by the least.
So far, though, for Butler, as long as they score a goal, they've won the game, right? And Kai, oh no, Kai's coming out with a different car. Actually, a few players are coming out with different cars. And look at that, right off the start, we've got Butler down by a goal. Soccer Scout's changed his car, and it looks like he's able to hit the ball a little bit more consistently. Matter puts it in, but on the side of Butler, they've got themselves some meme cars.
Yeah, that they do. They got mean cars and they mean business right here. As the kickoff does go their way, at least initially, it's going to be booped back down towards the side of Butler. Soccer Scout coming up with control, at least for the moment. Astru able to clear it once again, just ping-ponging really here at the moment.
Oh man, so Munch is using the Battle Bus car, which came obviously when Epic bought Psyonix. Right, they introduced the Battle Bus into the game. You see it right here on Munch. It is a wonderful looking car, but barely playable for most people because of just how ridiculous it looks. Another car that looks ridiculous is Kai's car. It's called the Scarab, and he's gonna go towards the front of the net here. It's definitely a meme car. It's one of the oldest cars in this game, and it's just a wonderfully funny looking car. Not used by anyone really, especially when it comes to the higher ranks. So maybe these cars can throw off the Fairfield team.
Yeah, you gotta love to see it. It's clear that both of these teams, despite the high stakes happening right now, still having fun, still choosing these interesting car choices. 3:45 on the clock. Fairfield still up 1-0. Butler needs to try and come up with something here, but yeah, I think maybe this battle bus really bringing what Fairfield needed.
Maybe it's bringing the bus to the battle, if you will.
Indeed, it very well could be. Matter gonna come up with the ball in their control. They're gonna get it down towards Butler's side of the field once again. Gonna bounce off the wall, get controlled by Astru. Soccer Scout coming in, gonna try and center it towards his teammates, but it's gonna be picked up and disrupted by Kai. Here comes the battle bus, but the battle not won this time by them. They're gonna kind of effortlessly slide by it. Here comes Matter trying to clear the ball out of the way from Fairfield's side. Astru looking for an opportunity to perhaps center it, but it's just gonna be the battle bus booping it back towards Fairfield's control.
Man, that's looking so good right now for Fairfield. My bad. I had a hiccup there while I was intaking air. That is like the worst thing that can happen to you.
That doesn't feel good. I've done that.
Does not feel good whatsoever.
No,
but
really
it does
weird.
feel good watching a game like this. That's just boiling up the blood pressure to a point where it's an unhealthy amount. You said it yourself, right? You're double my age, right? Even I'm feeling it right now. The unhealthy amount of pulse that's going through my blood.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's just not slowing down either. Matter almost comes up with a nice shot right there. Not going to be able to do it. But Elysium is there. It's going to be booped away, unfortunately, by their teammate. Tried to deflect it, but just goes a little bit wide. Soccer Scout going to try and once again center it. It's going to be picked up by Matter, who tries for a little bit of area control, but Kai's there to bounce it away. Elysium, though, keeping it on the Butler side of the field, and they desperately need to get it onto the other side because there's just 2 minutes left on the clock. We are over the halfway mark now.
Oh, way over the halfway mark now. We are within 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Munch making a good interception there. And that's been a big part of both these teams, right? Sometimes they don't have a lot of saves. Game 2, Butler only had 1 save, but they had a lot of interceptions, which really helped them out. That's a good save by Astru there. But interceptions really do help out your team. And look at that, the ball's around the goal line, saved by Kai. Right place, right time. All these players know how to play their defensive game. They know when to be and where to be. It's incredible.
Looked like there might have been a slight mistake there by Kai. Almost put the ball into their own net. It fortunately went off the backboard. But they're going to get another shot on goal. Matters there to deflect it to it last minute. Munch is going to try and come back with another one, but it's not going to be successful. Kai keeping it on Fairfield's side of the court once again. Ball going to be bounced back towards Fairfield. They're going to come up with control with it briefly. We have reached the 1 minute mark again. Now Kai tries to go in for an aerial shot, but unable to find success.
No, it's incredible. We were talking about Munch in the first game, how much of a cherry picker he was. He hasn't done that recently, and I think it's because he got checked a little too much, so he's not doing it anymore. But maybe, just maybe, after 15 minutes of play, since he's last done it, I think he could go back and try it once more, really throw off the other team here. Fairfield could get fooled by the battle bus in the back of their zone.
That's true, they could. Munch coming away with the ball again for just a moment. Astru trying to pick it back up in the midfield once again. Kai bounces it off the backboard. Goes for a double tap, but it goes very wide. Astru going to be able to pick it up this time. It's going to be cleared by Soccer Scout towards the midfield. Matter going to try and center it to his team, but Kai's there to disrupt it. Butler has to come alive right now. Less than 10 seconds to go. Can they make some magic happen? Elysium going to try and get the ball. 1 second left to go. Can Fairfield ground this ball, or is it gonna be Butler scoring a goal? No more time on the clock. Are they gonna even it up? No, they're not. Fairfield gonna come away with the win.
No, what's even crazier about this series? Both games Fairfield have been 1-0 games.
Yeah.
Both games that Butler have won have been 3-2 games. So every time Butler has scored, we have seen a 3-2 game, and every time that we've seen Butler not score, it's been a 1-0 game. Both of these teams, when it comes down to it, will play amazing defense, but the moment Butler finds one, they'll find themselves a second. And both times that they've won, they found themselves a third on top of that. But when it comes to Fairfield, right? They seem to be able to find themselves an extra goal every single game so far. Funny enough, it's tied 2-2 in the series, and we're tied 6-6 in the goals.
That is really interesting. You know what? I feel like you probably love those Major League Baseball stats.
I love it.
Yeah.
I watch the highlights every night. I love it. Hockey, my favorite. With all the goalie stats especially. Oh my goodness. Mwah. Give me more of it, please.
No, I love it. I love hearing it. It's really fascinating. You love seeing that kind of thing happen in the esports as well. And I mean, we could not ask for a better game right now. 2-2, same amount of goals. We're heading into the fifth game, the decision maker right here. 50's gonna go the way of Butler. They're gonna get the kickoff onto Fairfield's side of the field. It's gonna bounce off the backboard, and Kai comes in with a huge score right off the bat. And now it's time to see if Fairfield can equalize.
And now here comes another funny stat. That's the first time Butler, Butler opened up the game. Last time they did it, of course, game 3, when they went up 3-0 after the halfway point of game 3. Can they do it again? Could they possibly take control of this game? Now Fairfield will need to win a game where Butler has at least scored 1 goal. But they've shot in the back! And they've shot themselves in the foot! And look at that, the answer instantly! But the mistake on this side of Munch here, he hits this backwards by accident, and Elysium, well, that's a spectacular hit, actually. He did not expect that ball to go his direction, and he contorted himself like a contortionist.
Yeah, at the last moment, but look at that. Oh my gosh, Matter just barely gets the ball deflected before it heads into their goal. Munch continuing to put the pressure on. Astru coming in to try and center. The ball goes off the backboard. Kai in to try and get a goal, but it's going to be Munch who follows up. Not quite there in time. Kai still keeping the pressure on. They want to get this lead back. They're thirsty for it. Astru able to knock the ball away and out of Fairfield's control. They're going to center it back down towards Fairfield's side. Shot goes just a little bit wide. Kai gonna bring it back though. It's not gonna go their way this time, but Astru and the rest of their team is there to meet it, but it's gonna be Fairfield coming away with it. Soccer Scout tries to center it. Elysium gonna take a shot. At least they thought they were before they were demoed.
Oh man, 1 minute down. 1-1 is the scoreline, and if this game couldn't get tighter, this series couldn't get tighter, it's definitely gotten a vice grip-like feel on it right now. We have ourselves a large amount of time and a large scoreline possibly ahead of us, but you know what we will see? for sure, 100% is a good game of Rocket League to decide who the best between these two teams are for tonight.
Yeah, this has just been an excellent match right here. I'm going to be sorry to see it end if I'm being completely honest. Elysium goes in for a shot. It's going to be knocked out of the way by Munch. Matter tries to center it once again. Kai is going to bounce it off back towards the Fairfield side of the field, but it's going to be Elysium picking it up. Goes for a pinch off the wall. Doesn't quite succeed, but at least gets it back onto Butler's side of the field. There's an opportunity for a shot here from Matter, but it's going to go a little bit wide.
You know what's sad is that we see a goal there. Okay, that's not the sad part. I completely I just had my hand in my mouth. It seems like I was about to talk about one thing. Elysium just steals the ball and shoots it on net. No one's expecting that. Great shot there.
Just like the Spanish Inquisition, nobody expects Elysium to come out.
Oh, of course not. Oh man, I was about to say that it's sad that we don't see tennis mode when it comes to this game, right? Because if we had a tennis mode, first of all, these games could last 20 minutes. But second of all, we'd have at least a decider, right? Because one goal often doesn't feel like the correct decider. Right now, it's 2-1, but if it went up 3-1, then I'd feel like Fairfield have really risen up to the occasion. But if it goes back 2-2 or finishes 2-1 even, I feel like there could be a lot more Rocket League that could be played to really tell us who the best team between these two are. Because right now, the stats are so equal.
That they are. And I mean, speaking about who's going to be the best team, it looks like it could be Butler as they come back in with another score. They're going to even up this match with another goal.
Oh, we definitely tennis mode. We need tennis mode overtime. Psyonix, Epic Games, please add that in as an option. We'd love to see tennis mode enabled. 20-minute games, here we come. That's a kickoff goal. No! What a save by Elysium. That was going in for sure. I can't believe my eyes.
That was absolutely incredible. You gotta love it. Matter gonna be able to clear the ball away from the Fairfield side, but only briefly as Astro's there to pick it back up. Elysium bouncing it back over, and the ping pong is real right now. Astro, though, getting a nice shot. Can Soccer Scout get there in time? No, he can't! Oh my gosh, Butler going up 3-2. I can't believe my eyes. We are still at a one-goal game.
It's 3-2.
Yep, the magic number.
The magic number for Butler here. They can't allow another goal to go in. Otherwise, it'll be tied at 3, and at that point, we are in unknown territory, ladies and gentlemen. Who's it gonna be if it goes 3-3? I have no idea.
Neither do I. Yes, you're right. We will be headed to uncharted territories, and that looks like we might be headed there right now as Matter comes in. Gonna even up the series. Neither of these teams gonna let the other have an easy night of it.
9-9 is the total scoreline when it comes to the series. 2-2 is the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. This game is the decider. We have a minute and 43 seconds left, and nothing separates these two teams, right?
No,
There's just absolutely nothing. Both of these teams are tight as can be. Water seal tight, you know? Like there's nothing better than vacuum sealed tight, you know? Sous vide bags tight.
That's absolutely right. We've got a little less than a minute and a half on the clock in this epic banger of a matchup between Butler and Fairfield. If you're just tuning in, where have you been? This has been one of the most incredible matches of Rocket League I have seen in a long time. Both of these teams' offense and defense really stepping up their game in equal measure. We've got a hotly contested ball in the middle of the field right now, but it's going to be booped out towards Fairfield's side of the field. Just a minute remaining, and now it's the time for these last few moments, these last few touches to be put on this match. Astro going in for a shot. It's going to go a little bit wide. It's going to be deflected as well, but Munch is going to recenter back in. Kai, who's been the hero so many times, almost coming in there for a nice shot, but it's deflected away at the last moment.
Oh no, no boost. That can't get cleared out. Matter needs to make that save, and it's made so. Okay, this is fine. Crisis averted. That was really close. Really close, but small mistakes like that could lead to big goals here, because neither team, with 20 seconds left to go here, can make a mistake. That can't afford to do anything wrong here. They need to play perfectly, otherwise their opponents will win. It is down to goal or nothing at this point. It is next goal wins, even with 10 seconds left. I can't believe if someone scores right here, right now, that we can get it back tied 4-4.
Oh my gosh, 3 seconds left to go. The ball's gonna hit the ground. Can they keep it alive for this last couple of moments? No, they're not. We are headed into overtime. This is just the way I like to see this match go.
Juggle, I think I'm just gonna let you go for this one. Go wild, my friend. Let's see who the best team between Fairfield and Butler is.
He's got the ball in the midfield. He's going to center it down towards the Fairfield side of the court, but he's going to be demoed at the last moment. Astrud coming in, bouncing the ball off the backboard. Going to center it over towards Munch. Astrud's there to pick it up again, but it's going to be Matter getting it out of the Fairfield side of the field. It's going to go close to the Butler goal, but not quite go in. Matter has control of it once again. Astrud comes up to try and contest them. Munch going to bounce it away. Never mind, it's going to be Kai instead. Matter comes up with control of it, though, and the goal is unprotected at the moment, but there's going to be defense there in time. Elysium has control over it now, trying to get it centered back over to a nice shot comes in from Soccer Scout, but it's going to go a little bit wide. Matter centers it though, but Kai's going to be able to put it back out towards the center of the field, and now it's a breakaway moment for Butler. Can they make something happen with it? Munch has the ball, but Matter's going to get it right before they are demoed. Astru now going to center the ball back over towards the court, but Soccer Scout comes in, gets it away from him. That aerial contest there going away of Fairfield, but Kai comes in with a shot. He goes a little bit wide. Oh my gosh, they were almost able to score it off the backboard. I don't know how much more of this I can take, and I don't know how much more Fairfield can either, because Butler is really tightening the thumb screws right now.
Oh, they definitely are. It's absolutely insanely tight right now. I can't even decide who winner could be. That's going off the back wall, but no one's there to take advantage of it. Matter, he's gonna shoot it. Can Munch get it? No! Matter wins it for Fairfield, and it's a 3-2 win. Oh my goodness! How has this ended in this way? Munch can't get there in time. Jumps too low. Oh man, it came down to inches. I'm out of my seat.
That has got to be a heartbreaker for Butler right there, but Fairfield coming away with the win at the last moment. Take that back, beyond the last moment. The last moment had happened and gone, and Fairfield came away with the win.
You couldn't have asked for a more
unbelievable matchup.
You couldn't have asked for a better Rocket League game. I said it. There's not many tight teams in this league when you put them together in EGF. But right now, right here, I think this is the tightest matchup I've ever seen when it comes to Rocket League. Nothing separated these two, and there was non-stop action. It wasn't dead ball all the way through, right? This isn't like the early 2000s dead puck era in the NHL. This is definitely just non-stop pure action that just didn't stop. High-octane gameplay that just played out for 28 minutes, I think, in total that we had.
28 minutes, I think, was about how long it went. Yeah, because we just about 3 minutes into OT before that goal was finally scored. And I gotta tell you, and I think I lost weight during that cast because I got so excited. I burned some calories during that, which is good, especially coming off of Thanksgiving. So I gotta say, also, wonderful match for me to make my debut here in the EGF Rocket League scene. So I couldn't have asked for a better matchup for my first experience casting Rocket League at EGF.
Well, how about this? How about we take a small little break here? We'll bring in our interviewee, and then we'll go on to a longer break afterwards. But for now, let's just bring in our interviewee. We will take a small break as we set that up. We'll be back very shortly.